That's good.
Just one
I'll
bang.
have to stop by.
You will. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order this evening. If everybody will rise, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Sue Ann M. Whitman,
I, Sue Ann M. Whitman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Thank you. All right. Actually, I might have to hang on to your pen because I could do it, but it's probably best in black. Me and you. Okay, so at this point, I will now swear in the new council members and the newly re-elected council members. And we will start with Tim Kress.
Come over here.
Well,
Got to get in the camera frame.
yeah.
This is all it, man.
Actually, we should do this one where they can see your lovely face.
That's stretching it a little, but
All right. It's going to be the same drill. So repeat after me. I, Tim Kress,
I, Tim Kress,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of council with fidelity.
of council with fidelity.
Okay? Now, I need you to sign.
shorter than the Army one.
Yes, it is. Can't sign with a blue pen.
Yeah, here's sign.
Not sure it's compelling.
And then I'll hang on to these because I need to sign them all, and then you'll get a copy, and Dory gets a copy, okay?
If there's anybody I would trust, it would be him.
All right. I think Mr. Fuentes is next. All right, Brian? Good evening.
Good evening.
Here we go. I, Brian Luis Fuentes,
I, Brian Luis Fuentes,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of council with fidelity.
of council with fidelity.
All right, if you will sign these 2 copies, and then I will get one back to you. And one goes to Dory.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. You're next.
Short version, please.
Come on, put the good face on, Bill.
What he said.
All right, here we go. I, William W. Ricart II,
I, William W. Ricart II,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of counsel with fidelity.
of counsel with fidelity.
Congratulations, you are
Thank you.
reelected.
Sign here.
Sign here.
Right here.
Okay, next up, Mrs. Greenholt. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I, Carol Lynn Greenholt,
I, Carol Lynn Greenholt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
that I will discharge the duties
of counsel with fidelity.
of counsel with fidelity.
Okay, you are sworn in.
Okay.
And if you will sign these two. Thank you. Got it? All right, here we go. I, Barbara A. Rupp,
I, Barbara A. Rupp,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this
the
Commonwealth,
Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of counsel with
of
fidelity.
counsel with fidelity.
There we go. Okay. All right, Mr. Lockhart. Ready? I, Christopher E. Lockhart,
Christopher E. Lockhart,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of counsel with fidelity.
of counsel with fidelity.
Congratulations. There we go. And we saved the best for last, everybody's favorite, the tax collector.
No one clapped.
If we don't swear her in, do we not have to pay taxes?
Incorrect. You just gotta pay him to somebody not as cool as me. Sorry.
All right, Holly, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I, Holly Liska,
I, Holly Liska,
do solemnly
do
swear
solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and
that
defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of counsel with fidelity.
of
Well, what would
tax
she be?
collection with fidelity.
With tax collection with fidelity.
Fidelity. Oh, not cheese.
Since it's
Actually,
something like that.
it just says discharge the duties of
the
my
office?
my
Of my
office
office.
with fidelity.
You just went into autopilot.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
That's black, right?
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to sign yours now so you can take your.
Oh, super.
Okay.
Are you in the office on Wednesday next week?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I need to do that
Right,
signing.
because we have to do the signing.
Okay. I'll
I'll text you. Yeah.
see. Congratulations to you. All right.
Well, that was easy.
Okay, next, we will open the meeting up to deciding who will be the president of the council for the next, 2 years, I believe it is. So we will open up, well, I'm going to have Mr. Schultes go over some ground rules.
I know that the open nomination process is somewhat confusing, so I put together a memorandum for council that goes through the steps and the process. So I thought it would be helpful, especially for new council members, to go over the process. So each year, or every other year, council reorganizes by electing one member as president and one member as vice president. The process of electing president and vice president follows an open nomination process, and the mayor presides over the nomination and election of council president. After that, council president presides over the balance of the meeting, including the nomination and election of the vice president. So the open nomination process is as follows. The presiding officer requests nominations for office. There is no second that is required. Nominations can be offered for any member of council. Once all nominations have been received, the presiding officer then can close nominations without a motion, or if there is a motion to close the nominations, it's by 2/3 majority vote. Once nominations are closed, the nominations are individually voted on in the order that the nominations were received until a candidate receives a majority vote. So, for example, if nominations include, in order, Councilperson 1, Councilperson 2, and Councilperson 3, the presiding officer would call for votes regarding Councilperson 1 first. This can be done either by roll call or a voice vote. If Councilperson number 1 obtains a majority, Councilperson 1 is elected. At that point, no other vote is taken. If Councilperson 1 does not receive a majority, the presiding officer would note that Councilperson 1 was not elected and then call for the vote for Councilperson 2 and so forth. Each vote on each nomination is taken separately. So if a councilperson nominates Councilperson 2, for example, that councilperson may vote in the first call for votes for Councilperson 1. If no nominee obtains a majority, the presiding officer then can either call for another round of votes of those nominees in order or call for new nominees. Because council has a legal obligation to organize, the mayor may vote to break a tie in voting for vice president or president. Are there any questions about the process?
All right, then I think we shall begin. We will open it up to nominations for president.
I nominate Bill Ricard.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Okay. Seeing none, I close to any more nominations, and I guess what do we will commence with voting. Will we do a roll call vote? Story?
Mr. Hagberg?
Yes.
Mr. Krause?
Yep.
Mr. Lockhart?
Yes.
Mr. Ricart?
Yes.
Mr. Rowland?
Yes.
Dr. Rupp?
No.
Mr. Fuentes?
Yes.
Mrs. Funk?
Yes.
Mr. Greenholt?
Yes.
Okay, we have 9 in favor of and 1 against. Motion passes.
Okay, so Mr. Ricard, you will become president here, and I will switch
Pass the
these
hammer.
with you. Do I get that? I hokey water.
Your hokey water. Does that have a different flavor?
Thank you for the confidence that you instill with me. I hope I earn it and live up to it every day. I assure you it will be my agenda to do so. Proceeding forward with the second part of the process, the chair now will take motions for to fill the position of Vice President of Council.
Nominate Scott Rowland.
Nomination for Councilor Rowland. Is there other nominations? Seeing none, I will declare the nominations closed unless there is objection to said closure. Calling the question by roll call vote, Secretary Felix.
Mr. Rowland?
Yes.
Dr. Rupp?
Yes.
Mr. Fuentes?
Yes.
Mrs. Funk?
Yes.
Mr. Greenholt?
Yes.
Mrs. Greenholt?
Yes.
Mr. Hegberg?
Yes.
Mr. Kress?
Yes.
Mr. Lockard?
Yes.
Mr. Ricart?
4.
Okay, that's 10 for and 0 against.
Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Rowland.
Thank you. I must say, Dory, you kind of surprised me with me being first.
Sorry, I was going to mix it up.
That's okay.
Okay, item 9, Solicitor Schultes. Can I do them all together, or do you want them singular?
If someone would like to make a motion all together but list them individually,
Okay.
and you can vote for them as a package or not.
Okay. Referring the elected council to your page 2 of your agenda, item 9 is what we're discussing. If there be so minded counselor to make a nomination for the full slate, it will be heard at this time.
I would make a motion for the full slate.
And you'd like those read individually, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's on the agenda.
We're all understanding what we're voting for.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Calling that question, all in favor of approval of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Moving your attention forward to item 10 on the printed agenda. That would be a consideration of the dates that are proposed. The chair would request a motion for said.
So moved.
Councilor Funk, sounds like a motion, and Councilor Rowland, or excuse me, Vice President Rowland, sounds like a second. All in favor of approval of the dates as proposed, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Motion carries. Other matters? Can I close the meeting before we do our photograph?
Public comment?
Always public comment, sorry, good point. We do have some public this evening. As usual, we will open it up to anyone in the room who's braved the elements to come out here and see us tonight. So if you would like to address council on any item of concern to you, please be recognized by the chair and speak your piece. Seeing none in the room, I'll ask our friends at Community Media, is there anyone still following?
Yep, we got 2. If you're joining us via Zoom, you can unmute yourself if you'd like to address council.
No takers? We will close the public comment portion of the meeting, and the chair will request adjournment, and saying, if before we adjourn, do not run out, because we do need to take a photo. Motion by Councilor Lockard, seconded by Councilor Kress. All in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.